Definitely excited. It's the first offseason that I've had in a long time that's going to be normal, so definitely looking forward to that and expecting big things next year for sure.
You won't need surgery?
No.
Are you surprised with overall how the knee held up? I mean, obviously the wrist was kind of an unforeseen thing, but at the same time, there was you were a guinea pig basically with this knee thing. Are you surprised with how it held up and how you feel going into the offseason where you can say, for the first time, I'm going to have a normal offseason?
Oh, most definitely. As far as my knee, I think it did better than I could have ever imagined, especially this first year. That's why I'm so excited for next year, just to build upon it. Like you said, obviously the wrist was, something negative. But as far as my knee, I have no complaints, man. Shout out to the Bulls. Shout out to Dr. Cole. Everything is going accordingly, went accordingly, and I plan to be on the same, trajectory.
You talked to us in preseason just about the idea of knowing that you were going to be a different version of yourself and that you might just always be this different version of yourself as a player. How would you define who the new or this new iteration of Lonzo Ball is in terms of on the court?
Honestly, I wouldn't say it's much different. I mean, I lost a little athleticism. My shot wasn't where I wanted to be percentage-wise this year, but I like the minutes I was getting. I like the looks I was getting. Like I said, I just want to improve, Next year, coming in with a clear mindset. Like you said, I was kind of a guinea pig, if you will say. I didn't really know what to expect coming into this year, know how my body would, respond to games. But I got to a point where I was starting, which I didn't think was going to happen. I got to a point where I was playing 30 minutes, multiple games in a row. I didn't think that was going to happen this year. So I think I went above certain goals that I set for myself, and that's, very positive for me moving forward.
Lonzo, first of all, congratulations on everything this season. When you watched last night's game, what's going through your mind and you're seeing the defensive breakdowns and obviously what you could have brought, but then what this team needs moving forward to be better on that end of the floor?
Well, it's hard to break everything down in one game. Obviously, last night, Miami came in with a good game plan. They hit shots, which obviously helps, and we weren't at our best, I don't think. But I do think there was positive, especially after the All-Star break, with the young guys and seeing the growth they made. Specifically, he's arrived, and 𝗬𝗀 got comfortable. DT was giving good minutes, 𝗏C off the bench. So definitely a lot of positives to look at. I think last night was just, an outlier. The last 20 games, I think we went 15-5. So I want to look at those games more so and build on that and just be ready to start off the season stronger. I think that's the main key for next year, get out in front and not have to, catch up like we did this year.
Specifically to take another step?
If I had to say one thing, I would say we needed to cover for each other better. I think you can, separate the games where we're flying around. I don't think we have the best, on-ball defenders like that, but we have length. We got guys that care. We got guys that compete. So as far as just being in the field spots, being help when guys get beat and then rotating after that, I think that's what we got to, focus in on.
I know you said with everything you went through the last couple of years with your knee that you were never a why me guy and you were just pushing through. But after, getting through the knee like you did you have any feeling, a sense that, gee, I get through this for 3 years and now the wrist puts me out for the whole season? Like, what's going on here?
That definitely crossed my mind. At the same time, though, the way that I got hurt, I really felt like it was just because I didn't play basketball for a while. And just the play that took place, it was just for me not getting the reps in, I feel like. So that is the one positive thing I feel like, getting back on the court and seeing what I can do and what I'm capable of. I kind of have a much better sense of, what my abilities can be out there now. And I'm going in next year with a clear mind for sure.
Lonzo, between yourself and then there's also the NHL player who came back from a similar cartilage transplant a couple weeks ago, what do you think that just means for athletes to see that there is kind of this maybe progression in what medicine can do for you guys? Just how does that make you feel to be maybe at the forefront of that with this specific type of injury?
Those are the superheroes of the world. Medicine, advancing is always good, not only for athletes, but for, the whole human population. So as long as that advances, I think it's nice to have guys out there like myself and, the hockey player you were describing to just show guys another option, another way, and just open doors, for more people along the road.
We got to witness that really powerful scene where you met the family of the donor for your meniscus. I know that was an intimate moment for you, but kind of what did that mean to you and just talking to those people?
Well, shout out to Dr. Cole for that. I didn't even know that was possible. He's the one that came to me and brought it to me, and I was like, okay, cool, that sounds good. The family came from South Dakota. You know, it was a big family. Their first NBA game, so that was nice. Obviously, it was, you know, a bittersweet moment just because of what happened and the circumstance of, you know, that was their son, and I don't really want to, you know, step on anybody's toes and bring up, you know, things that I don't really know too much about. I didn't know the kid, you know, growing up with him, but just to show them that, you know, he's still living out, you know, through me and, you know, wherever else, you know, pieces of his body went. And he's still moving around. The spirit is still strong. I think it helped the family, you know, grow. I know it's been the last 2 years have been pretty hard for them, but just to try to keep things positive and in perspective and let them know that I believe he's watching down on us and he's helping me, you know, progress and a lot of other people out here.
Thanks, Lonzo.
Appreciate it.